know this, man, to get DJ Magic Hot 97, all that to go. You rocking with Shice, the voice of Brooklyn. I'm saying it, I'm endorsing it, you know what
and that's
it is.
me, and he not kicking me out his damn car. I don't give a damn.
I might. No, I'm not. That's fair.
I'm flatting tires around here.
Them the same dudes wasn't with you when you was broke. Why you with that chitter chatter? I had to say whoa. Y'all be saying this and that, but I had to say whoa. If she say
It's your girl, Billie Wrote It. You rocking out with Shice, Mr. Talk of the Town. We got that. Stay tuned.
The voice of Brooklyn. We got that TV exclusive. We got that TV.
If it's music, you know we got that. Interviews with who, you know we got that. About fashion, hey, you know we got that. The video just dropping, hey, you know we got that. Hey, hey, you know we got that. Shice, the voice of Brooklyn, you know we got that. Hey, you know we got that. Anything you wanna see, baby, you know we got that.
Applause, y'all. Give him a volley of applause.
Mercy Mafia.
I can't fuck with you, I can't fuck with you. Money on my mind, know what the money do. Pulled up in the whip and that thing new. I'm living with a bitch that I just met. I don't play, I die for my respect. Diamonds in the summer, got my wrist wet. I love my baby, she gon' make sure my shit straight. I ate and I'm coming at the trusting. All them diamonds got me shining, shining. Shawty wanna fuck me cause I'm litty, yeah. And I'm flexing in designer, designer. Top down, trying all these hundreds, yeah. All them diamonds got me shining, shining. Shawty wanna fuck me cause I'm litty, yeah. And I'm flexing in designer, designer. When I got the hammer and 100, yeah. I'm the one, yeah, I'm the one. I got the pill, she got the juice, she know what's up. I'm spending cash with my guys, I ain't switching up. I hit the town, they know it's us. Diamond dancing on me, touch it, you get bust. Ay, cause she know who I am and what I'm about. Ay, she just tryna fuck me for the clout. Ay, shawty on that nigga right now, yeah. I ain't tryna hear you right now, yeah. I can't fuck with you, I can't fuck with you. Money on my mind, know what the money do. Pulled up in the whip and that thing new. I'm living with a bitch that I just met. I don't play, I die for my respect. Diamonds in the summer, got my wrist wet. I love my baby, she gon' make sure my shit straight. I ate and I'm coming at the trusting. All them diamonds got me shining, shining. Shawty wanna fuck me cause I'm litty, yeah. And I'm flexing in designer, designer. Top down, counting all these hundreds, yeah. All them diamonds got me shining, shining. Shawty wanna fuck me cause I'm litty, yeah. And I'm flexing in designer, designer. When I got the hammer and 100, yeah. Who you love? Tell me who you really love. When you're down and you out, who gon' give it up? Ain't no talking to them niggas, they ain't one of us. We was down on the numbers, so we ran them up. I just bust a bag, I just bust a bag. I don't want your bitch, nigga, why you mad? Jewelry on my neck, you can see it splash. Jewelry on my neck, you can see it splash. I can't fuck with you, I can't fuck with you. Money on my mind, know what the money do. Pulled up in the whip and that thing new. I'm living with a bitch that I just met. I don't play, I die for my respect. Diamonds in the summer, got my wrist wet. I love my baby, she gon' make sure my shit straight. I ate and I'm coming at the trusting. All them diamonds got me shining, shining. Shawty wanna fuck me cause I'm litty, yeah. And I'm flexing in designer, designer. Top down, counting all these hundreds, yeah. All them diamonds got me shining, shining. Shawty wanna fuck me cause I'm litty, yeah. And I'm flexing in designer. When I got the hammer and 100, yeah.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Shice, Mr. Talk of the
And
Town.
it's your girl, BillieWroteIt.
Ain't nobody even introduced
You
your
don't
ass
have
yet.
to.
She talked too goddamn much.
Well, it's
Ain't
alright.
nobody introduced you yet.
Don't need an introduction.
You now tuned into another episode of We Got That.
Yes.
And I'm sitting with Billie Stole It. Right? That's
He's
what it was.
so annoying.
It wasn't
man.
Billie Stole It.
It's not my fault. Your car alarm went off.
Well, Billie wrote it. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Billie.
So you know, my experience as a writer, I work with a lot of well-known producers such as like Rockwella, Rob Fusari. Rob Fusari was like one of the best experiences for me because I remember like many nights being home listening to Lady Gaga and saying, what the hell took place in the room at that moment? That these are the sounds and the backgrounds that were added. And to finally get to write for somebody like Rob Fusari and have him be, I will say honestly, the most humble client, most humble session ever, and say to me, hey Billie, you want me to sing it like this or sing it like that, knowing that he's wrote for like Beyonce, you know, the greats, and then have him just be so receptive to me was amazing. Early in my writing career, Wyclef,
Stop, I said!
yeah, Wyclef was actually my first writing experience at Platinum Sound. So I was like fresh out of high school. The producers that produced Back in Love was like, yo, we need you to come in and write this, write for this session. And honestly, that was the first time that I was actually challenged production-wise. Wyclef has very complex production. So there's, you know, as a writer, what I look for is the melody that's missing. So if everything's doing, so we got 7 melodies doing something, what's missing that also goes with these melodies?
Hold on. That's all you ignorant motherfuckers who don't know what 7 melodies is, because I didn't know. I was just, whatever sounds good,
Right.
fuck it. Hum.
Hum
another tune.
No, honestly, it was, I promise you, like, it took me, and this was the time where, like, Neo was in his prime, because like I said, I was fresh out of high school. So Neo was in his prime, and I had really studied his style of writing, where he did storytelling more than anything, and he did not rush the storyline. So that was my thing, and it took me about 30 minutes, and where they was like telling producers, yo, she's dope. The producers knew that 30 minutes for me was a big deal. So, and it was definitely because his production is complex. Like I was there when they did the Sweetest Girl record. I was in the session with them, and just very young and humble. It was like, yo, come in the set, come in the booth or whatever, come in the room, and I was like, you know. But I've worked with a lot of great people that are like Grammy nominated. I worked with Big Draws, so Chanel Red. Like that was my first time working under pressure because we were actually working on the Beyonce album when the label scrapped the whole album and started from scratch. So it was over 100 records recorded for Beyonce's album that was completely scratched. It was like, yep, Big John said different direction.
So wait a minute. All right, we gotta. All right. So you've been writing since high school. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
We're not going there. I'm old enough.
Come in here looking like a goddamn X-Men with this green hair and shit.
Absolutely.
But okay, so you've been writing since high school.
Yeah.
And you wrote for. What made you get into writing anyway?
When I did the session at Platinum Sound.
No, let's go before that. Before
Writing
Platinum
like
Sound.
for myself or
Right.
for other people?
How did you get into writing? Like why? You know, in high school, most people, you know, they want to do other things.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I went to a performing arts high school. That's
What
number
school?
one. Brooklyn High School of the Arts.
Fuck that.
Hater! He's such a hater. I went to BHSA. Prior to that, I was already writing my own records because I was, as a child, just very quiet. It was
You?
Very much so.
I think somebody's lying here.
I'm not lying. I was very quiet, and I found like music to be my only way to express myself without an apology. Like if I wanted to say "screw you," you did such, I can say that lyrically and not apologize.
So tell me how you would say that lyrically.
You get what you deserve.
No, I want you
No
to sing it.
words.
You said if you want to say "screw you," you would do it lyrically. Sing.
I ain't doing it, ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying?
See, mine is different. This is how I do it. Fuck you.
That's nice.
I'll slap the shit out
But
of
see,
you. That's how it works for me.
That doesn't get you placements. That's cute. But I later learned that, like, you know, in my writing career, like, as clever as you could be, like, my highlight of my writing is being able to, like, do wordplay. You know what I'm saying? And so shit that you want to say, like people want to hear it, they don't want to hear it straight up. They want to go ooh, ooh. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I do. When I do foreplay, I like them go ooh, ooh, ooh too.
I don't know about foreplay.
That's what you said. Oh, you said wordplay. I thought you said foreplay. Cause
so horrible,
I'm just saying. Cause when you do foreplay, they go ooh, ooh.
I mean, they should say more than that.
Yeah, they do. They be like ooh, ooh.
Definitely should do all that, you know. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, taking my time with the lyrics, being able to, like I said, do the wordplay, and for the most part, like my writing style does not include like paper and pen. It's like I have to walk the room. I hear what I've already came up with. Sometimes I go and I'm like, let me just lay what I have. And then I kind of need to just like...
Then you curse out the engineer.
I don't
you
curse
do,
out the
you
engineer.
did. Y'all was in here arguing a little bit.
No, we were going back and forth.
No, he was about to hit you, but you know, we saved your life.
He was going to try.
No, he was going to lock you in the booth.
He would never.
And it's like 100 degrees in there. And
it
no
is,
windows.
but that's the best thing. Like, I hate a cool booth because I feel like I have a very sensitive voice. Your vocals need to warm up, you know, and I don't have a problem singing things 1,000 times. Like, sometimes that energy, that frustration works for you. Like I have a great vocal technique in the booth. Anything out of sounding pretty gives me a challenge. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, he frustrated me, but at the end of the day, I know what my goal is to execute with this project. So it's like, why not? You know.
So how many songs do you got for the project already?
So we have too many. So like right now we're dialing back.
Oh, you gotta go back.
Yeah. So we're dialing back. We have some things that were like archived, and you know, I felt like they were very strong for the project, but as we begin to develop what we're doing now, I'm reevaluating like, okay, is this strong enough based off what we have currently produced, you know, and executed. So it's been a fun process.
So what's the name of the project?
Back at Love.
Back at Love. Isn't that the name of the song?
I play my shit.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You curse me out.
Roddy Reveal.
Hey, would you shut the fuck up?
And I'll get the fuck out. You know what? So
I don't mind. You got it fast, stroke.
Car and thinks that we're Uber. I kicked her the hell out 3 times. And she still came back in.
Absolutely.
But it was dope. How was that experience for you?
Like everything that I've done this year, it was challenging. You know, just from my experience of challenges in the industry behind the scene, I kind of took about 5 years to myself. And that was like, you know, my spiritual journey. And so this year, everything that I have done, including like the conference, we did the We Love Music conference with Rico Love, and that's where I met Mace and I met B. Cox. Life-changing, I promise.
All right, when you say you met Mace, did you meet Murder Mace, Minister Mace?
I met Murder Mace. No, it was Murder Mace. So
you met Murder Mace. Was this before or after he was the minister?
I think he's still a minister. And you know what's funny? They addressed that. They addressed that on stage, and what they said was a minister is just a person who provides confirmation. And it's so true. Like when I walked up to him, I've never been intimidated by anybody. So like walking up to him was very intimidating. People were crowded around him. We were doing like speed dating in the room, and speed dating. Writers, it was like writers here, producers here, managers here. So when they started doing that, I just looked at him. I was like, no, that's who I want to go to because he's fucking.
So he went from Minister Mace to Murder Mace.
He's
back
still
to
Minister.
Nasty Mace.
He's still Minister Mace.
He went to Nasty Mace. Cause you say he was speed dating.
I said we all was speed dating.
That's nasty.
That's fine though. It worked. I mean,
thought he was married.
It worked. I don't know if he's
Nasty
married or not.
You a nasty bastard, Mace. I
Are
don't
you
know.
not
Ever since you
married?
came back.
But let me ask you something. Quick, are you married?
Of course.
What's up, y'all? We here with the jerk, the light-skinned nigga, the one who get on my nerves, Shice, the voice of Brooklyn. You heard?
This are the rebel D.I. This are the rebel D.I. Must sing that one here for them on them out the road when I in and no freaky thing. And a bitch can't bright come tell you have to bow down, eat nothing. Dash out the pussy and gear, make you work it. Everything in your back, you use hurt it. Love how you squeeze up my breast, them like big squeeze up the trigger in a shatters. Love how you slap up my bumper, baby, when my turn back way for the back, as him say, babe, so you pum tight, so. Fuck me so good, me have a wife, yeah. Me say, baby, I don't know the thing. You are my general, so me rate you. Him say, babe, so you pum tight, so. Fuck me so good, me have a wife, yeah. Me say, baby, I don't know the thing. You are my general, so me rate ya. Baby, my mouth loud so you turn up the telly. When you a force it up in my belly. God knows me never get nothing sweet, so you better blood clot know me nah leave you. You don't know say a bad man me like when I frightened for ice up me foot like a kite. Turn me in a any position you like. Make me ride pan it the whole night. Him say babes oh you pum pum tight so. Fuck me so good me up a wife yeah. Me say baby you don't know the thing. You are my general so me rate you. Him say babes oh you pum pum tight so. Fuck me so good me up a wife yeah. Me say baby you don't know the thing. You are my general so me rate you. Listen me, I sing that one ya for them on them out the road when I in and no freaky thing. And no bitch can't bright come tell you have to bow down eat nothing. Listen me, so oh you beat it baby, my know some nah no choice. My have to scream pan top of my voice the way the fuck you nice. Him say babes oh you pum pum tight so. Fuck me so good me up a wife yeah. Me say baby you don't know the thing. You are my general so me rate you. Him say babes oh you pum pum tight so. Fuck me so good me up a wife yeah. Me say baby you don't know the thing. You are my general so me rate you. This are the rebel D.I. This are the rebel D.I. Fuck good water come on me eye. Water run on me eye. This are the rebel D.I. 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 Oh it tight so.
Yo, Shice. Yo.
Gotta get this done today, man.
Yo, say less. I got the shooter. Yo.
Yo, shooter.
What up?
Meet me at the spot. Alright. Alright, Brendan.
I'm riding through your block, I got the call, I got the drop, I got the address to your spot, Swear to God, you getting shot, Nigga, I stay with this, nigga don't play with this. I'm gripped up. Nigga, I stay with this, nigga don't play with this. I'm gripped up. Nigga, I stay with this, nigga don't play with this. I'm gripped up. Nigga, I stay with this, nigga don't play with this. Somebody pull a truck up.
And that's a rap, rude boy.
I mean, so about the conference, the shit was so dope. You know, I walked up to him and he heard the music and he was like, it was a crowd around him and he was like, alright, let me hit something else. So I played him 3 records, my fucking...
Why you acting like he don't... He was like, go ahead, let me hit something else.
Let me hit 3 records.
No, say it like he said it. Go ahead, let me hit
you
something
been
else.
wrong.
Go ahead, say it. That's how he said it, right?
He was like, yo, play me...
Go ahead, look. Go ahead, play me something else.
He was like, yo, play me something else. I play me something else.
Y'all know me sound like he got Down syndrome.
No,
Stop
so first of all,
that.
they definitely addressed that with him, like, yo, you know, your lazy flow. He was like, that's just his shit. But in the conference, we got to learn a lot about him that I didn't know. He listened to the records, and he was like, look at my arm. He had goosebumps. He was like, this has never happened to me before. I said, tell me something. Like, what is it? He said, I have nothing to tell you. Then I wound up speaking to B. Cobbs, and what he did say to me, he was like, I need you to find that place of emotion. That was so annoying.
So how do you go back to the place of emotion? Like if somebody tells you that, and I heard your producer today tell you over and over, listen, get off that bullshit, get into some real. He said take your shoes off, which you don't have none on. So you did listen.
You tried it.
How do you get into the zone?
I'll be honest, like naturally, I'm just ice queen. I'm not an emotional person, and I think that has a lot to do with me being behind the scenes industry wise. And so this process for me, I'm just so grateful that I have people around me that I trust. Like he can lean into my ass, it doesn't bother me. You know, my manager, she can say whatever, it doesn't faze me because I trust
She
them.
woke now.
She's definitely woke. She has to take them naps
She's
because of the
woke now.
bullshit like this, you know.
But she
Is
don't.
it not like
she-
3
look,
a.m. in the morning?
But she
right
don't.
now?
She don't know we got her sleep though. But we're, you know, but
always
we're now
get her
y'all can
sleeping.
see. Now y'all can see what she look like. But
We always get her sleeping.
she had a
But,
hit. She had a hat off.
listen.
Everything. She's like.
We did get you. New York-ish all day. But as far as like even with her, point blank period, everybody I have around me, and it took years for me to get these kind of people around me.
So let's talk about that. So you've been in the game for a long time since high school, doing
Yeah.
a lot of writing for different people.
Yeah.
Why now? How long you been in the game? Let's go for that. Let's say that because
Oh,
you don't
you
want
trying
to
to give people my whole age?
No, you don't want to tell your age. So I'm saying how long you been in the game.
Let's just say my first experience was when the Soul Cafe was open by Malik Gilbert.
That ain't what I asked you. How
We're
long
not
you been in
doing
the
that,
game?
son. I'll give you 7 to 10. Hold that. It's a bid.
Say
What up?
no fucking
It's
jail
a
sentence.
motherfucking bid. What up?
7 to 10.
What
Only
up,
niggas
dog?
on Rikers know that. They like, yo, word,
Hold
son.
that, son.
Yo.
Hold that.
So, all right. So you over 10 years. We're gonna say that.
We're not. I said 7 to 10.
Oh God. We're gonna go with the highest number. So she been in the game about 10 years. Why come out now and do your own thing?
Yo, so honestly, there was a time where I was in a really messed up situation, and I was like literally sleeping in a studio with these producers. I was just
What? You was out there tricking like that for beats?
never that.
She was tricking for beats.
Never that.
You
No,
just
no,
said
no.
you was sleeping with producers.
I didn't. You gotta
What did
clean
she
your
say?
ears, bro.
in the studio.
Absolutely.
With producers.
Listen, if they sleeping, we working, whatever.
That's not what you
we,
said. You
we
said-
all know that he's a pervy Pete, and he has to translate everything into pervertism.
No.
You
Is
do.
that a word?
It is a fucking word.
That is a
I
word?
said so.
I want to see. I gotta look that up because I don't believe it.
Pervertism.
Spell it.
Right next to the fucking pervertism definition is his fucking face.
Okay, whatever.
Pervy Pete.
But
no.
she the one who slept in the
No,
studio
no.
with people.
I did sleep in the studio. I slept in the studio with my fucking duffel bag, you know what I'm saying? And when I got my place up here, I still went home like once a week just to re-up on my duffel bag. And I stayed in the studio, and my thing was, if I fucking work till 6 a.m. and I sleep for 4 hours and you coming in, nigga, you guys to come in before me.
You got a boyfriend?
Damn, son, we ain't even done what we talking about.
Cause
right
you
now,
just said
son.
you slept in the studio for a week
At that
and you got a
time-
duffel bag.
At that time,
What, you was taking trick baths?
no, at that time, I did have a boyfriend, but you know, me, my
I'd have left your
personality-
ass too sleeping
I
in the
don't give a
studio
fuck.
for 6 months.
I don't give a fuck.
Nasty
I don't
ass.
care. Listen to me.
Her nasty ass.
Listen to me. I don't give a shit. My whole thing is this. If you're going to be in my life, you guys understand my grind is
Facts,
not
absolutely.
part-time, full-time grind. 24/7. I don't give a fuck. That shit means me sleeping in the studio for 4 to 5 days straight so nobody else come. I have literally been in sessions. I was working with Chris Gotti, and he was like, yo, Billie, I need you to rewrite this record. Rewrote the record. They like, shit is tough. We going with it. I rewrote the record of my homegirl who was sitting right next to me, and I never even knew till I was done. And then she goes, oh, I wrote the record that they don't like that you just rewrote after the session was done.
How that made you feel?
What the fuck? It made me realize, like, there's always somebody right next to you waiting. You either want it or you don't. You're gonna make excuses or you're gonna get it. It's just that simple. If that shit means me with a duffel bag and niggas talking what they talking, but I'm in there, I'm in the fuck there. You understand what I'm saying? So that was my lifestyle. So back to your question as far as like why now, I did that for months, which means they had like a catalog of like this of mine. That's where I met Lady Luck in the same studio. Lady Luck is my sis, like love her to death. She approached me the first day humble, and it's been the same. We worked on like Bravo
I thought you was
TV.
gonna say something else.
We did not smash or stop.
I'm
We
just
worked
saying.
on Bravo TV's episodes together and shit like that. But for me, after you put that much work in, and you make calls like, yo, such and such want the record, and they go, oh, nah, that's not available, which means you've sold my shit under my feet. I have a fucking whole family and kid to deal with. So when you start to realize this is what's going on, people are valuing you way more than you value you. Here goes your shit on broad TV, and you're getting phone calls like, yo, I heard such and such singing your record on TV. Then you go, why am I busting my ass to make somebody else relevant? You understand what I'm saying? Am I going to invest in me, or I'm still going to wait for somebody to do right by me? Point blank and period. Okay, time's up. I don't care about your money. I don't care about your reputation, because you came to me. You understand what I'm saying? Now I'm coming to me. Point blank and
Stole
period.
it. What? Nigga, Timberland
Period.
stole it. What?
They stole it, I stole it back. You know, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. That it's like, you know, I enjoy working with artists because when you book me to work in a session, if it's a 6-hour session, I'm on my feet for 6 hours. If you in the booth and I can see you, I'm standing up so we have eye contact for 6 hours. If you need me in the booth, I'm sitting next to you. I don't give a shit how hot it is. Whatever you're going through, I can identify that immediately, say, hey, I need you to shift your head this way, or I need you to pronounce it this way, cut your word here, breathe here. It's so crazy that when I transform into artist mode, all of those things go out the window. I don't have that part of me saying, hey, Billie, do such and such. I am like completely vulnerable and transparent in that booth. And at one point, you couldn't get me to step back in that shit. So like now that I've stepped back into it, fuck it. Everything is like, what we doing?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a short break. We're gonna come back. I wanna find out who was the most difficult person she worked with. So when we come back, we'll figure that out.
Absolutely.
There goes my heart, locked up in a safe in a vault. On the road, gotta go, won't call. Can't afford to catch no feelings. So if you run me down, I'm only gonna leave quicker. Even if I wanna be with you. Like no one's listening when I say there's something missing. Love is a place I go home, I've been gone too long. Home, gone too long. Home is a place where the love is till I came home. And love came home. Nothing and no one could do what you do. Waiting for someone, for someone. Looking, I love you, and it feels so good. And it feels so good to be back in love. And love never felt so good. So good to be back in love. And love never felt so. I found my way back. I found my way back. We chose to stray. It takes 2 cards. You put that joker on the table, went too far. I placed the bet, forfeit the play, and lost my heart. Whoever said love was a game forgot that part. And now I know love is I come up and gone too long. Home is a place where the love is till I came home. Love came home. Nothing and no one could do what you do. Waiting for someone, for someone, someone. Looking, I love you, and it felt so good. And it felt so good to be back in love. And love never felt so good. So good to be back in love. And love never felt so. I found my way back. I found my way back. Love is the place I go home. I've been gone too long. Home is the place I call love, and the love came home. Nothing and no one could do what you do. Waiting for someone, and someone was you, baby. And it felt so good to be back in love. And love never felt so good. So good to be back in love. And love never felt so. I found my way back. I found my way back.
Oh, that's that ride and review shit.
Episode 5.
The people was ready. You got the address? I'm in a hurry.
Who the fuck are you? We on some corner store shit.
Man, I'm fucking play this rap.
Ladies, don't get your nails done here because them Asian ladies will fuck you up for $5.
Don't get money here, okay? I thought we talking about trouble, y'all.
And then have the whole black community shutting shit down.
Power to the people. Assalamu alaikum.
Don't send us records if you saw fucking get in this whip.
I did.
I tell some cow foot.
I heard the cow foot make dick hard like Rockweiler.
What, man, you're thinking of?
Crown Heights, Brooklyn shit.
I wanna be famous too, nigga.
Nah.
Fuck up! You ain't gonna be tough with me.
Good little night. I got some little Henny and all that.
What kind of fucking name is BillieWroteIt?
So you don't like it sober, you like it drunk.
We keeping this shit.
So if I play it, would you shut the fuck up?
And I'll get the fuck out.
And no one to watch. I don't mind. You can if I stroke you down.
I've been getting so high lately. I don't know why. I gave you a shot now. For love you die. I don't know what you want, yeah. I don't know what you want, yeah. I don't mind getting lost, yeah. Go take your clothes off, yeah. Went from serving gasoline, candy on the paint. Surfing on the vein, surfing on the wave. I'm on the way. Fuck what haters say, fuck what a hater say.
Try to stop all these drugs, but it's hard. And this drink got me leaning. Try to stop working all of these bras. Fuck your bitch and she ain't leaving.
Got your bitch and she ain't leaving. Got your hoe and now she tweaking. And she wanna be my BM. But I send that hoe to VM. I'm a VIP, turn up, and my bitches, they get wild. And my niggas getting money, there's a proper pow. And we went from selling coke to fucking bitches off a cloud. And they calling me a widow, but they want it in their mouth. Fuck what they say, nobody get in my way. You know that I'm here to stay, playing no game, chasing the money pack man. Bigger bank, take little bank, stand on the roof. There's a party on my roof, pay 1,000 for the shoes. Like how I move, and your bitch it like it too. Tell that bitch to bring a coupe. How I live, take a picture, I live, next see shit lit. Honey, me and niggas all lit, you don't want star shit. Heartless, black nails alone, say, frostbite the whole chain. Boston, smoking all of this day, taking all of this chain. I don't know what you want, yeah. I don't know what you want, yeah. I don't mind getting lost, yeah. Go take your clothes off, yeah. Went from serving gasoline, candy on the paint. Slurping on the vein, surfing on the wave. I'm on the way. Fuck what haters say, fuck what a hater say.
Try to stop all these drugs, but it's hard. And this drink got me leaning. Try to stop working all of these bras. Fuck your bitch and she ain't leaving.
Shout out to Shice, Mr. Talk of the Town. That is my man right there. We got that kid.
All right, y'all, we back. We here with Billie Stole It, aka Billie Wrote It. Don't leave it around. So, before we left, we was talking about a lot of different things.
Yeah.
I want to find out who was the most difficult person that you have worked with thus far.
What would you?
Who's the pain in the ass? That's what I want to know. I don't like to sugarcoat it.
It wasn't a known artist. The session went as such. I walk in because my manager books me for the session. I pay for my own ride there. And I get in and the artist is like, this is what I have so far. And I go, cool, but all of your parts have the same melody. We're gonna change, we're gonna keep your words, but we're gonna change this. No, I wanna do this. And then they were very like, their response to me was like, I've done opera, I've done such, blah, blah.
I'm saying that's why your ass is here right now with me.
Well, you know what I did? I was sitting on a crate in the corner and I was just like, okay, baby, whatever you want to do. Because as a writer, you have to understand every artist is different. You're not receiving me. So therefore, I'm going to sit there for the 3 hours that you booked me for. And when you're done and you say, so what do you think about this? Then I'm going to give you. Like when I worked with Anais, I had never worked. You know, people think that she's like extra for TV. That is her. 100%.
She's extra all the time.
That is her.
Is she still with that boy guy? Her husband?
Ruben. He's really nice.
She's still with him? No, he was
That's
cool.
her husband. He's
I
really
didn't
cool.
understand shit he said in the
Ruben
show.
is really cool.
But he was like, I don't know nothing.
Listen,
I didn't understand shit
I
he
love
said the whole
Ruben.
episode.
I love Ruben. Like
Shout out to
times when
Ruben.
I couldn't get in contact with Anais, I call Ruben. Ruben is a sweetheart.
I think you're lying. I don't think you understood shit he said on the phone. Because if I could
I
understand
do
on TV,
understand what he said.
they had subtitles on.
First
I ain't
of
never,
all,
how you on Love and Hip Hop and got subtitles?
He's such a lie. My first rhythm is bachata. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't even know what bachata is.
You really don't know.
What
I
is
love
bachata?
Ruben. Ruben's a good guy. He's cool. When I first met Anais, I didn't meet him initially. But again, back to her. That is who she is originally. I think that was the first like diva that I worked with. And it was like a good experience for me. You know, at the end of the day, I think she's a sweetheart, regardless of what has taken place. I wish her the best. Really, you know.
So you're not working with her anymore?
I'm not working with her anymore.
Why? Come on, spill the tea, goddamn.
I mean, I will just say this. I definitely learned, because at the time that I worked with Anais, I did have a manager. And my experience with like male managers is like they managing the wrong shit, point blank and period. So
I found out she was with Rich Dollars.
Might as well have been.
He was tapping that
Might
ass.
as well have been.
That's
I'm
why.
not gonna lie. It might as well have been Dirty Richie, point blank period. You know, but it taught me something, because in this industry I've always had to fucking go and clean up shit because I'm serious about my shit. You know what I'm saying? When I come in, I don't care about what you talking about, how many Grammys you got. Those shits ain't mine. My motto is shut up and press play. If you, by hook, don't feel my shit, I got work to do. So, you know, at the end of the day, going through all of these situations, and it was life-changing for me.
I like how you curved the question.
I'm not curving it. They're not
You
worth.
did.
They're not worth.
No, I want to. No, I want
not
to. No.
featuring.
You already said her name.
Featuring.
Once you say her name, that's it.
So I will say this.
No, she was the pain.
No. She wasn't.
All
it
right,
wasn't
so
her.
why?
It wasn't her.
It was Ruben?
Business? No, absolutely not.
It
Business
was Richie.
Richie wasn't valid at that point. Business wasn't correct, and you know there are some people that are replaceable. At the time when you do business, you gotta cover your ass. Paperwork, period.
Facts.
Point blank, period. And at the end of the day, I trusted people to represent me, and I know what my standard is of business, and that wasn't their standard. So I took a loss. I took a big hit at the end of the day, and that's just the end.
That's
of it.
all right, because you got skills on writing, and I think with Anais, nobody would have understood what the fuck you wrote. That's all I'm saying.
He's always pulling this shit, son, I swear.
In this room right now, does anybody understand anything that that lady says? You do?
She does.
You must be from, where you from? Oh yeah, you borderline Puerto Rican. You understand? Honduran. All right, there you go. Oh look. Oh, he's covering his face. Oh, he like, yo, I thought he was
doesn't
like,
do faces. But I mean, at the end of the day, she's a sweetheart. It's one of those, you know, like I've worked with a lot of artists that I see them, like, I see people shitting on them. I see people taking advantage of them. Like, damn, you know, when I pray for them. And I pray for her. And I hope that she winds up in the right environment, because she's very talented and passionate, and she will put in the work. Point blank, period. Enough about her.
So let's go back to, now you've been doing background singing. See, we didn't get to that yet. So let's talk about this background singing. How'd you
It's so funny. So like, you know, about a year ago, I got a house in Georgia. I was working really heavy with like 88 Keys, which I find out is your boy too. That's my family. So I had actually been recording to Keys shit for like a year before I got to meet him in person. We were managed by the same person, and immediately anything you play from Keys, immediately melodies come up, because we were just connected that way spiritually. So anyway, shorter story, I get to working with him or whatever. I get my house in Georgia, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna be stationary. I'm a hitchhiker by heart. I grew up saying I just want to hitchhike when I get out of high school. That shit is crazy. So I find out when I get my house, I'm back in New York every day, like regardless. You understand what I'm saying? Like maybe twice out the month, I'm here for like a week minimum. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I get to working with Keys. I get to working with Kenny, who produced Share My World by Mary J. Blige, which is my favorite Mary J. Blige album. Walks in his house and see the plaque and freak out like, this is not your work right here. What the fuck is it? You know, I've had pretty good luck with working with good people at the end of the day, and I appreciate them. But anyway, what was the question? I'm sorry.
I don't know, because I was listening to how you got just sidetracked about Mary J. Blige.
I was so excited. You don't even understand. When you grow up to like hearing certain type of music, and it's crazy to me because it doesn't exist. So Cassandra, right? It doesn't exist. So my whole thing was when I decided I was going to come back into doing music as an artist, I was going to start over. And I had to ask myself, like, where did it really feel genuine to me? That was like Blackstreet. That was all the 90s shit. So it's so funny because my manager calls me one day. She goes, oh, I just referred such and such to sing backup for Cassandra. I know that you're in Georgia. You don't have time, you know, so maybe next time. 2 days later, she calls me back, or maybe the next day. She's like, the next day, she's like, it didn't work out. Do you want? I said, absolutely. Call Cassandra's manager, and she's like, yo, I freaking love you. When can you be here? I said, tomorrow. So I head from Georgia to there. And immediately I get to rehearsal, and she's just like an amazing person. Like, she's beautiful physically, spiritually. Like, her heart is crazy. When you meet her in person, you're like, your photos. Do you mind if I stroke it? Seriously.
Girl, I'll give you 2 babies right now.
He was trying that shit on Riding Review.
I give her 2 babies right now.
Listen, when I bring people around her and they meet her in person, they're like, yo, she's beautiful. I'm like, you have no idea. So anyway, it was so ironic that what I decided to start from sound-wise was 90s, that I would eventually wind up singing backup for a 90s star. And so my friend, she was like, yo, do you realize what you have manifested into your life? I'm like, absolutely, super grateful for it. So for me, it's humbling because it's a requirement for me to be there, show up, and execute at a certain level. I honestly had not realized the capacity of how huge she was until after our first show. After our first show, I started researching all these shows of hers, and I'm like, wow. And to hear someone sound exactly the same in person as on record, and be so humble and so loving, it was refreshing to me because, you know, my experience of industry people is not of that. So, you know, anything she needs, like at shows, I'm there for her. It's not about me, it's about her.
For you too,
I'm there for you, Cassie. And it's a grooming process for me. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Cassandra, she's the bomb.
So let's get to this.
Oh gosh, shit together.
I ain't even do nothing
He's
yet.
up to some shit.
I'm asking a simple question.
It's
Who
never
do
simple.
you want to work with in this industry?
I want to work with B. Cox. I want to work with Kanye West.
You want to work with Kanye West?
No,
he's a
Kanye.
genius. I can't. No, he's a genius. I gotta give it to him. I don't like his new song though, but he's a genius.
To me, it's not about his songs, because I'll be very honest.
And I don't like them fucking slippers, nigga. Wear some goddamn shoes.
So seriously, I'm tired of hearing you talk about people's slippers on your show.
Listen.
He's always talking about slippers.
Nobody should be matching slippers with outfits. Slippers are to be comfortable.
Are you catching my feet? Don't catch my feet.
We already caught them feet. We already caught them shit.
Kanye West, I feel, at this point in my life, Kanye West, and B. Cox, and Mace.
Where are we from?
Yeah, I'm out.
Mace.
So like,
yo, everybody, Mace.
Excuse me. I mean, let me tell you something. The reason why I pick these people is, you know, I come from an old school type of grooming. No buffer, real shit, unfiltered, to the point. And I always say that. Give it to me raw. Allow me the opportunity to adjust to that shit, build my character, and execute what you're requiring. Everything else is a lot of baloney to me. I don't got time for it. I don't need the glittery suits. I need you to be real. And
fucking with Mace, that's all you gonna get is a glittery suit.
It's not. It's not. Are you saying that?
Can't stop, won't stop, anything highlight.
No. When we went to the We Love Music conference, I saw a side of him that has never been exposed, and it was just like, I watch other people come on stage with him and tell stories about their experience of being with him present. Yo, I was with him at this point, and this is what happened, and this is what he said, and I'm just like, wow, these are the things that we didn't know. We didn't know that he wrote the whole Bad Boy catalog. We didn't know that the reason why the Bad Boy reunion was extended, it was like extended a year before preview because they had to settle score with him.
I'm not impressed.
You don't have to be because you're not a writer, and
Still
neither are
not
you an artist.
impressed.
So you don't understand.
I was an artist. What are you talking about?
You was a manager and a host too. I mean, what does that mean?
Okay, so then again, I'm not impressed.
I do laundry, I cook, I clean. What does that mean?
You do laundry?
I do laundry.
I found son. I need to hire you. You come over to my house. I got
I
some
do
dirty
laundry.
drawers
I
right
hate
now.
dirty laundry.
I got dirty drawers right now. You
Yo, I
clean
walk
up.
through the bathroom and snatch everybody's towels and piss them off. And where's my towel? In the laundry.
Why would you get a fucking hand infection and snatching people's towels? You nasty.
I hope they don't get an ass infection leaving them dirty ass towels on the rack.
And then you gonna grab it. So
I
therefore,
need to
nasty.
Yo.
Yo.
I need to watch it.
So we're working on this project. When can we expect the project to come
December.
out?
Point blank and period.
That's it. You already know.
December.
And how many songs are we looking on this album?
I mean, we're discussing 10 right now. 7 is my favorite number, but it's just so weird. Like as we begin to develop, a repertoire, I'm like, damn, I really want to expand. So I'm, years of studio works, technique, and great sound. I've mastered that. I'm really looking to dig into some shit that's gonna make me fall completely apart. And finally, I feel like I've grouped up with the proper production. It's so weird. It's like...
What's the production? Give him a shout out. Damn. Can a nigga live?
They can live. You can actually go to them.
He cursed out 2 times and she don't want to say his name.
It was more like 7, but whatever. I mean, so I would just say this. My bro Bash introduced me to what I knew at the time as a bass player by the name of Mo Bass, and then his family by the name of Stacks. I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. I've worked with producers, cool. We're gonna go work with producers. It was just something totally different. I felt like the things that I was looking for in my staircase at 3 a.m. when I'm writing to no music, like, okay, one day it's gonna sound like this. Mm-hmm. That's what I found when I worked with them. A year ago, I did a live video of a song called Necessary, which was like the biggest response I've ever gotten. The first week we got 4,000 views, and a year later people are still hitting me up like, yo, I need that song. They were the first ones to execute that emotion. And emotional shit I'm not good with. So like we do the session, we did 16 hours with that session. In general, just working on different records and shit. And now it's like
straight hours?
16 this is what we
Straight,
do.
bro.
This is what we do. Gab was knocked out in the seat. And so we finished here at this studio, and he was like, yo, you ready to go lay some vocals? And I'm like, of course I'm not gonna say no, because I've never experienced anyone who works as hard as me or harder than me. I'll be very honest. So I was like, okay, let me see what it's about. So we go, to a next location. We lay the vocals, and he's like,
she's good. She don't mention no names.
no, because I'm about to get into his name right now, because he was like really plucking all my nerves. He was like, oh, that's cute. You sound amazing. Now I need you to get emotional. And I was like, what are you talking about?
When they hit you with the cute shit, you did something wrong, right?
Like,
that was cute. That was cute.
And I mean, it was crazy because for me, like, I will be honest, my specific vocal tone has been an issue for me as a writer and referencing records. They're like, your sound is so signature, it's not universal. When you reference a record, everybody knows Billie wrote it. That doesn't work when you're trying to land placements. So as an artist, I was a bit timid about not sounding pretty. So at that point, it was like, we don't need you to sound pretty. We need you to mean it. And I was like, what do you mean? And so, I had a moment of like 20 minutes where I like completely freaked out. Like I might have made like 1,000 faces. I might have wanted to cry in 1,000 different ways. I was like, you want me to do this? And I'm glad that I did do it, but again, it goes back to having that environment full of people that you trust. I say, here I am in this, and I actually was like, excuse me, guys, I'm sorry, but could we clear the room? Here I am in this place full of strangers, able to get to that place. I'm not telling the story right.
She was in a nigga house and told him to get out his own room.
Right. I did.
So
check it. The dude out his own room.
I was freaking out.
It was another session here, so we went to my homeboy house to cut the vocals. We did all the music and everything here. We went to my homeboy house to cut the vocals and shit. So we all in the room, you know, listening to her do her thing. She made everybody leave.
Including him.
Including him.
You gonna kick me in my own place? I'm like, absolutely, because I knew that I was in trouble at that point, and I was just like, I'm about to have all the crazy faces, crazy words gonna come out, nothing's gonna make sense. But at the end of the day, like, it was refreshing to see like the people on the other side of the record, the production side, understood the expectation of this record, why I waited for a year and what was going to be required of me. So if that meant poking, pulling, whatever you needed to do, I wasn't upset at all. It's like, do what you need to do, let's get to it.
See, now they got you straight Wakanda style. You out here barefoot.
Oh, that's nothing.
See,
I get in the booth and I take like as much as I could possibly take off. You know, that's one thing for me. It's like when I get in there, I need to be as raw as possible. Nothing needs to like be distracting me.
So real quick, I want to ask you this. What do you want people to get from your music?
I want them to get healing. I want them to get confidence in their transparency. I want them to understand that you are not the only person experiencing what you're experiencing.
I can't buy your records. I'm sorry.
Listen.
I'm looking for some sex, and she ain't giving me none of that.
Listen to me.
Listen to me. The next one.
Listen to me. And this is what I'm saying. Like, where we start with like this, and then each time we're working, I'm like, shit. When we go back, I want to do this sound, that sound. I want us to cover this. Like, I have my track list that I want to cover. But more than anything, it's crazy for me when you have people from elementary school, junior high school saying, yo, I remember the time when, I don't remember, but they remember. And the reason they remember it was because I was in a transparent place. There was a part in my life where I felt like my life was only valid for the destruction I experienced to write good records for other people's pleasure. I despise that shit. So what type of fucking life is this? But then, you curse the fucking gift. And then I realized how important it was, and I'm at a place now where I'm like, don't be a coward. You understand what I'm saying? Don't be a fucking coward. You can run. Who the fuck is gonna they're looking to you to say the shit they can't say, and you can actually say it. So just say it. It doesn't matter.
Hey everybody, this is your girl Deborah Coco from Just Give Me the Mic and Video Music Box. I'm on We Got That going down right now. It was live dope show today. Make sure you check me out. Support. We got that, y'all.
It's your girl. And I gotta get this off my chest, boy. Said I had my heart broken too many times for this, but it was something about you, boy, made me wanna take a risk. Said I felt like you deserved better than a regular. True story, you was really starting to annoy me, but I stuck with it. And boy, you say my life is crazy, but I'll be there, boy, if I change it. I won't change it, 'cause I know I'm gon' make it. I know, and you gon' hate it when she hates me. Said I know my life is crazy, but I'll be there, boy, if I change it. You said you could see, and I know I'm gon' make it, and you gon' hate it when she hates me. If you didn't wanna be here, will you no longer love? If you didn't wanna stay here, will you no longer love? Well, screw you and her. I was there before you met her. I was there before you met her. Everything that you say about me, baby, you do. You say you need to calm down and I'm so uptight, baby, you too. Yes, I care what they think when they see me with you, 'cause with you, I do everything that I said I won't do. And something told me that this was gonna fall through. And boy, you say my life is crazy, just keep it real, but I'll be there, boy, if I change it. Keep it real, 'cause I know I'm gon' make it. What couldn't you tell the truth? What couldn't you tell the truth? I know my life is crazy, keep it real, but I'll be there, boy, if I change it.
straight to it, cut the chit chat. You ain't trying to take care of my heart, get my shit back. No time to smooth it out, it's dead now, you did that. I tried to make you fit in, even though we was mismatched. Fuck it though, I'm off that. Whoever she is could get whatever it is that I overlap. I mean left over, so I got me far from sober, and this chip up on my shoulder has gotten colder. You said my life crazy now, well you ain't seen shit. Pussy learn to survive in the business full of pits, and I'm a boss, I wear it well, so I won't switch. But on another tip, man, screw you and that bitch.
Did you know that you didn't wanna be here? No. Did you know that you didn't wanna stay here? Did you know that you didn't wanna be here? No. Did you know you're no longer enough? Screw you and you will never find another woman like me. You will never find another lover like me. She can never, you will never. Baby, I can guarantee that I'm better. You will never. You lose and I chose you. Whoa, screw you and her.
Who is Shice, Mr. Talk of the Town?
I don't know. You heard of him?
I haven't. He's supposed to be an entertainer.
Entertainer? He's really not that funny though.
I don't even know this dude. Never heard of him. He hasn't even been on Wild 'N Out. What are you thinking?
Yeah, what is he thinking?
No matter what it is, no matter what the reason, no matter what they say, they still won't stop me. I gotta be true to me. Why do people love to hate me so much?
Who's he trying to be like?
I can only be me. Through it all, the trials, the tribulations, the likes and the dislikes, I still encourage everybody to just be yourself. I love R&B artists, cause no. Let me tell you why. Whenever you do an interview, right, the R&B artist always harder than the rapper. If you ever sit and talk to an R&B artist, they be like, I don't give a fuck, and you be like, what the, like, who am I talking to here?
No,
it's like
it's
an
you.
alter ego.
It's you.
Ego.
My shit been creeping up all week. I'm not gonna lie, but at the end of the day, I want people to understand, one thing that was said at the We Love Music conference was, and I believe it was Mace. Mace said, "You want to win at being yourself." I love Mace. You want to win at being yourself, because if you win at being somebody else, you can't win twice. And that shit hit me, because I was like, here goes all the people sitting behind their desk that still ain't did shit, that used to say to me, yo, you sound too much like yourself. You this, I need you to dumb it down, I need you to do this. And every fucking thing they told us we couldn't do and didn't make sense, they went and did it with other people. You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't in the environment of people that was like, yo, Billie, you peep what they doing, let's stick to our blueprint. While they stealing our shit, I was in the environment of people saying, let's switch it up, because this one who just stole our blueprint said A, B, C, D, F, G. So now where I'm at, I'm like, it's intuition, it's alignment, it's whatever in your spirit is for you. You need to fucking follow your intuition. It doesn't matter what Shice say, because Shice is not Billie, and he ain't wrote it.
It always matters what I say.
It doesn't matter what he say. He didn't write the record.
She know better. She know better than that shit.
Whatever, yo.
Yeah.
But no, like, real shit. I just want people to know, be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Half of the people that's commenting on your life is clearly not busy with their own life. They don't know what they're talking about. I have literally walked into labels and watched the people who say, not that, in a year or two, be out the fucking office. And these are the people that you trying to impress. No, just get to work. That's all that matters.
How important is it for you to get signed to a major label?
It's not important to me.
Good answer.
It's not important.
Good answer. Because Facebook could be your best record company.
Nah, I don't agree. Because that's one thing I speak about often. Like, it's cool to be behind a computer sharing the same shit to the same group of friends. If they was going to share it, they would have shared it already. If they was going to buy it, they would have bought it already. Yeah, that shit means nothing. You got to get out. You got to meet the people. Like, you know, when
we just had that conversation the other day.
We
too.
did.
We just had that
and
conversation.
I told you, like, people when they see me, they would have never thought, like, when we went to the We Love Music conference, I know my manager was looking at me so crazy because I think it might have been the first time she experienced my anxiety, which was crazy. I put myself in that conference because I didn't give a shit about who was going to be there and what they were saying. I was like, enough of this bullshit. I want my life back. So I'm going to throw myself into everything. And that's how I've been doing this whole year. If it makes me uncomfortable, if it makes me afraid, I'm going to do it. Only for that reason.
Quick question for you. How do you, when she gets in that mood, how do you handle her? How do you bring her back?
I don't even let her focus on it. I let her run through whatever emotion she's running through for 5-10 minutes.
What?
I'm like, okay, that's it. And we switch it up. We don't ride on any, unless it's happy and giddiness, we don't ride on anxiety, we don't ride on sorrow.
You ever have to tell her to shut up?
No, I don't.
What?
No,
I'm actually pretty quiet around
I don't like
my
this
whole
manager.
team.
This manager's not
No.
real. This manager's not real.
Just raise your hand.
I don't.
You never have to tell me shut up. I'm actually pretty quiet around my team, and I will tell you this.
She lets us work.
My whole team is very, if I was a type A personality, they're A+. And I love it because for me, I've found solitude in my transitions. I like to be quiet. I like to be by myself. I wasn't always like that. I'm like that now. I love to see them and their element just being crazy. It's entertaining to me, and they're happy, and their happiness makes me happy. I could sit back and be quiet the whole route to a show, the whole route to a session, and just watch them interact and let them do them. Gabby's mad about something because people are late. I'm on stage and people are talking. She's getting at the promote, whatever it is.
Yeah, shut them up.
Yeah, I now don't have to be anything but an artist. I let them do their thing. You understand what I'm saying?
And I think that's one of the most important things about a good manager.
Yeah.
Is when you can just be an artist.
Yeah.
And let them handle everything.
Finally.
When you don't have to worry about. That's a great manager.
Finally.
When you don't have to worry about a promoter or nothing.
Nothing. I mean, I've been on stage and
Good
watch
job,
her
Gabby.
head over to promoters, and I just see face, and then I see my whole station packed up, and then somebody comes over to me after my show and go, in 10 minutes, I need you in the car. We're packed up, we're ready to go. I don't debate it, before, because I realize, people don't respect the type of morals and upbringing I have. Is so 90s. It's so not what is of today, So I let them do their job. You want to book me? Deal with them. I've had enough of the bullshit. Deal with the people that's around me that I know they're going to protect me. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've gotten on stage and done shows because the contract said so when the pay was messed up, when the sound was messed up, when the lighting was messed up, when the mic, everything. You know why? Because I'm about my word. I'm about that. That don't mean you're going to get me twice. But I'm going to show you how I need you.
How do you handle technical problems on stage?
I just sing.
You just sing. So the mic could go in and out and you'll just keep going.
If the mic goes out, I'll put it down and I'll walk in the audience and I'll sing to the people. Point blank, period.
See, that's the problem with new artists. New artists don't know how to engage the crowd.
They don't.
Right.
The sound's messed up and it's like,
they're like, yo, wait.
Standing there.
Yo.
I'm like, yo, give us something a cappella. And at the end of the day, I think, for me, I think my storytelling ability as a writer, when I'm performing, I really tap into what I'm saying. If it was heartbreak, if it was whatever, and I'm telling the story. You might be the person that's right in front of me. I'm gonna talk to you, because I need you to hear my story.
And that's good. That's good artistry, right? I think now we miss a lot where you can tell who's a real artist and who's not, right? Right. A real artist, like you said. Oh, the mic messed up. They switch it up. An artist who doesn't really understand how to do it, they sit there and go, yo, fix my mic.
They do.
Yo, because they practice one way and they don't know how to go with the flow.
But I will tell you this, and in the conference, they really discuss having A&Rs, managers, producers. Again, you are just the artist, and if there is levels to artistry, right? So you get in the booth and it's like, oh, I can sound so pretty because I understand technique. There are layers to emotion. There are layers to just that one word. If you change how you say it, there's so many layers to it, right? And it's important to surround yourself with people. And it took me years. I'm not going to front. I had a lot of people that was around me didn't know what they was doing. They just wanted to be around. But it is important to have those people around you that while you're performing, they're gonna go to the DJ for you, not you yo to the DJ, because now you have lost the crowd. You lost me. I'm sitting in front. I'm going to the bathroom. I've been holding it for 10 minutes. You understand what I'm saying? So it's important to surround yourself with people who they have the same passion. The people around me right now have the same passion. If you mess up, I don't even gotta blink twice. Yeah.
And your team don't seem like a yes team, because I already told you
Oh
I hate a
God.
yes. I hate a yes team.
Oh my God.
Hey, how does sound? That's great.
No, they
yeah.
don't. They
Your
don't.
man, your producer was already sitting over there. He was like,
he's horrible.
You're blowing minds.
Give me all
right,
the
you're blowing
attitude.
minds. He was
All
like,
the
you
attitude.
playing around. And I ain't gonna lie, I was sitting in there going, she sound great. And he was
No,
like,
but do you
you're playing
see?
around.
Do you see how important it is? Because, like, I can sound great because it took me years as a writer to understand. I work with a lot of artists and they're struggling, and you have 30 minutes left in your session. That means I'm jumping in the booth to do all your backgrounds because I need you to leave feeling accomplished. As a writer, I never said, oh, you paid me. Listen, I understand what it means to pull out a couple hundred, to pull out 1,000 and say, I paid you $1,000 for the session and I'm leaving with an unmixed product. We got 30 minutes to mix. Move over, let me do your things for you. So I appreciate, you understand what I'm saying? If they say you playing around, because they clearly see something more in my abilities. So I just keep pushing. I don't take it personal at the end of the day. It's all about time, all about investment. My vision is their vision. Finally, that's the environment I'm in, and I'm grateful for it. So, yeah.
We're going to let you get back to work. You still ain't say the studio name. You still ain't say who the producer was. I
did say who the
Did she
producer
say your name?
was. I did.
She never said it.
She said,
I said my brother Bash introduced me to what I thought was just a bass player by the name of Mo Bass, who then had his family come in by the name of Stacks. I definitely said that line.
All right. I think.
So we're at G50 right now. But at the end of
That was some Jewish shit.
Okay. He's always starting shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're at G50 right now. We have multiple locations right now that we're working on. At the end of the day, you know, we have multiple locations that are in effect. I will say that shout out to Mobays, shout out to Stacks, shout out to Jermaine. Let me tell you something. When you, for me,
Jermaine definitely been frying you on his live the whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, these niggas is on live and shit. It's 3 of them. First of all of y'all on live, go to fucking sleep. Why are we up at 3:30 in the morning on live?
This is what we do. No, let me tell you something. Shout outs to them because like I said, I personally went to a performing arts high school. I know a lot of talented people who have won Emmys, all type of shit. And I know a lot of talented musicians. And I think that when we cool and you need a favor from Billie, you know what I'm saying? We didn't even discuss like that name shit. But you need a favor from Billie. I'm a person that's about my business. You could call me in. When I get that in return, it took me hella years to get. Yo, Billie's gonna pack a bag and stay for 16 hours.
We should get Billie to do our rider review song.
I'm gonna do whatever for y'all because I love y'all.
It.
And y'all kicked me out and still
even though we kicked it out
3 times,
it don't matter.
Me all home still.
She shouldn't have said we was Lyft or Uber, but
a shared ride.
Maybe, yeah.
A shared ride. Who knows? No. But you know, I'm so grateful for them. Like when I pray every night, I don't pray for me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't pray for me because I know I'm good. I pray to be the platform that elevates everybody that's invested in me. I pray to be the platform that provides healing through my music for those people that need it. I'm gonna be good regardless. Like I've been through so much shit and I'm still good. You know what I'm saying?
She sound like the Cardi B of R&B right now. You know what I'm saying? I do it for me. I do it for me.
Good. I do it for the.
I do it for the strip clubs.
All day.
Also catch no bid. We okay.
If I catch a bid, they riding with me anyway.
So do we have a name for the project?
Back at Love.
Back at Love, coming out in December. Do you have a date?
We don't have a date, but I'm really interested in doing like a Christmas release for whatever reason. I don't even know why.
They want to be Mariah Carey.
I
now.
do though. I'm not. No. It wasn't Mariah Carey. It was me. I'm just. It was Mary's. The record where we casted the "Be Without You" single. I remember like that Christmas, like. My boyfriend was like, yo, what you want for Christmas? I was like, I don't want nothing. I just want that album. And we searched all over, so I got it. And that type of vibe. Honestly, my project is like so 90s related. I need like one 90s element at least on each record.
You know what I'm about to ask you.
Bullshit. No, I'm joking.
I just want to know am I getting the record so I can play it?
You're gonna get everything exclusive.
Y'all heard it? Y'all see it? Listen, I will play the tape. I will curse you out.
No, you'll get it.
I will send you hate mail through social media.
We're doing an upcoming release as far as Necessary goes. You guys will definitely be there for Necessary live taping.
Why you looking like that? You scared? I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just sit there.
I'm not scared. You know what? It's crazy. I'm not scared, but it's a lot of expectation on this record. I think, like, I've released records online, whatever, lives. For me to say I'm gonna hold this record for a year, I mean, I had pastors, all type of people writing me like, yo, this is the one that's gonna change your life. And for me,
I definitely can't listen to that. If a pastor is co-signing it, I can't listen to it.
Why not? You need that type
of the power of the Holy Ghost.
Me and Jesus is on two opposite sides.
You need that in your life. For me,
I do. I need it in my life. I know.
To see them like take their time to like comment and share it, for me, that was amazing. You know, like I would say, like at one point when I was like going to my church or whatever, and my bishop like came to my release party in the bar, he caught a lot of backlash about it. I don't take anybody for granted that invests their time in me. If you put yourself in a line of fire, I'm good with you. I'm loyal to you forever, because I just understand how this world works, and so many people got a lot of mouth and no action. You're an easy target when you decide to stand for something. My mom always says, stand for something or fall for everything. Everybody's so afraid to stand for something. And I always tell people, don't even make eye contact. I don't know you, dude. You on the train, you in the supermarket, you got a comment about my leggings, you don't like them. Who cares?
She said her leggings?
I'm not even making eye contact with you because I'm not going to see you for another 20 years. I don't care. So when a person stand up for what they believe in, I'm rocking with you. Point blank, period, you know?
I got you.
Point blank. So again, shout out to everybody that's working on this project. You know, my mom, she came up from St. Croix just to like check out what was going on. She sat in that same seat right there and cried twice. Yeah. And she's the hardest critic. I don't allow her in my sessions or to my shows.
How you not allow your mom to you?
My mom is straight Brooklyn 90s hood.
What is wrong with that?
She stands there with the craziest face, and then I'm going like, did I suck or something? She's like, no, it was amazing. That's not what your face said. So I need you to not be in the front row.
She
ever
from
again.
Brooklyn. We gotta give that face. You know, like what, nigga? Like she probably
I don't
saw
need
somebody.
that. I need you crying when I'm talking about.
She
my
don't want
heart.
nobody to slip a Mickey in a drink, so she got a, you know, mean mug. You know, that's what it is. She's
New
like
York-ish?
Yeah, New York. She listen. She from Crown Heights.
She is. She's from Crown Heights. You know. Shout out to everybody. No Shout
Shout out to them
Right.
Asian people that be beating black girls up for $5.
What did y'all say? Power to the people.
Power to the people. Assalamu alaikum. But yo, I just want to thank you.
Thank you.
I can't wait till the project comes out.
Thank you.
Tell everybody how they can get in touch with you.
Billie, Billie.
Stole it.
Yeah. WROTEIT. Billie Wrote It on my social media pages. Follow me, DM me. I'm actually like a lot of people that I follow on social media that I see like doing their thing. I've been like reaching out to them to kind of work on some of the songs we're doing with me.
So can I get a feature? Me.
Are we the best? Like, what are you gonna do?
I'm saying, can I get a feature? What you want me to do? I got you. Matter of fact,
says negative.
let me see. But you bust something and I'm gonna bust something. Go ahead. I'm challenging Billie to a battle right now. She's scared. Let's go.
He needs to know.
I will turn your hair back to black.
He needs to know that I'm a crazy rapper just as I am of a
So
singer.
go ahead, bust it.
Don't start with me.
Ain't nobody. Put your Timbs on. Let's go. What? The cameras is waiting.
What color Timbs? What color Timbs I got on?
Come on, you gotta get cheese on. Come on, you gotta put
You need me
cheese
to rap
on.
and sing?
Let's go. Whatever. Do it. Yes, I want to do both.
Hey yo, this chick's a misfit like spines with a slip disc. I'm harder than the pimp, I pimp a little harder. Biology and chemistry got nothing on my logic. No need to search closets, I hate surprises. I vocalize and harmonize to the drum kick. Leave them lost on the hook till they want to forfeit. They could talk smack if they want to leave them in the coffin. Like Bill can make y'all actors run like a faucet. Talking about your birth flows, y'all need to get abortions. The next flow you take, gonna be scared of precaution. Sleeve said getting and going, diamond pure. Y'all trying to run and ride, I'm shutting down Europe. We like to party hard, so we stay with our bodyguards legit mentally on that bugged out shit. I'm on the stage, hard pumping, eyes filled with flame. This in the game, motivation is to get insane. So I'm a wife to the game, use a mistress. and I'm head director. You need to read the script, bitch.
I'm scared.
So anywho,
That was a little aggressive.
As everything I do.
You're an R&B artist.
I'm everything and then some. What's
Why?
that?
All right, bust a harmony now. Let me.
Mind you. So into you. Swear it got me so into you. And you gon' make me give it all to you.
Oh, I thought she was singing. I'm sorry.
I cannot stand him, yo.
Sorry.
I cannot stand him.
I'm sorry. She was singing and that she just do
Point
something
blank
to me.
period, you know.
Man, these
I
man moves
like
get
to
to going,
keep-
man.
I like to keep it humble at the end of the day. I definitely like to keep it humble, but you know.
Nah, I fucks with you. My
Hey,
girl.
only thing I can't do is make beats. That's it. That ain't for me. That's not for me.
Listen, you better learn. You better be an entrepreneur. Learn everything.
Oh, I am.
Put your producer out of business.
Shout outs to everybody.
Look, he like,
that-
nah, fuck that.
I'm not going to do that. Shout outs to everybody that's just been investing. At the end of the day, December is our deadline to release, and they won't be disappointed. Like, you see what time we in here. It's not a joke, man.
Yeah. So on that note, Shice, Mr. Talk of the Town,
You already know. Billie wrote it.
and I'm getting the hell out of here. It's
Absolutely.
3:30 in the morning.
Thank
But
you
we
for
out of here.
tuning in, guys.
Shout out to everybody. Make sure y'all stay tuned. Name of the project one more time. Back at Love, coming out December.
Right.
But we have a couple of songs and we will be playing it
Absolutely.
on We Got That.
And you guys are going to come back for the live.
I'm not ever coming back.
Ha! You guys are going to come back for the live.
First of all, it took me goddamn
Ha!
4 toes to get out here.
That's
And
good.
then we almost got robbed at Burger King.
So extra.
Niggas done backed us
'Cause
up.
They was
and-
ordering cheap shit. That's
They done backed us up in the corner. First
yeah,
of all,
no, Jersey's a different ballgame.
yo, the studio, it got a strip club on the corner. Yo, they told me to pull up in front of the studio, right? We didn't even know if we was in the right place because there's not one car on the block. So I was like,
It's because
are you
it's VIP
sure?
parking. Duh.
VIP my ass.
What up? What up?
Listen, if y'all don't see me next week, that means my car was stolen and I'm still walking. All right?
That
So,
means he didn't edit my interview correctly and he's missing in action.
so we're going to get up out of here.
Absolutely.
I want to shout out my boy Ray Sites for coming through with me tonight.
On sites. What's up?
Not
boys?
on sites. Why
On
you keep
sites.
They always fuck his name up. But make sure you follow me, Mr.
Yes.
Shice, Mr. Talk of the Town.
Yeah.
We got that TV and radio. We out of here. Peace.
Dance, Platinum Boy Music, Bad Boy, Trey Songz Experience, man. We here, locked in. We got that.
We got that. Let's go. We got that. We got that. We got that.